You've heard of jihad by the sword, sex and money. Now there's another. Jihad by foster care is about to become one of the next big challenges in Britain. You've probably read the stories about the 5-year-old Christian child who had been placed in 2 Muslim families within 6 months, and where one of the families couldn't even speak a word of English. It was reported that the girl was told to remove her crucifix necklace, that she couldn't eat one of her favourite foods, carbonara, because it had bacon in it, and that she has even turned to her biological mother and told her that Christmas is stupid. What sort of 5-year-old child thinks Christmas is stupid? Unless they've been indoctrinated already by people who hate Christian holidays. Local authorities are meant to consider racial, cultural, linguistic and religious backgrounds when placing children into foster care. Clearly that didn't happen in this case. An investigation into the issue was being led by Neil Carmichael, the former Conservative chairman of the Education Select Committee. But his work was cut short by the most recent election. The investigation found that this young girl was placed in 2 homes where both mothers from them families covered their faces fully with a niqab. There have since been calls for an inquiry into how a young Christian child could be placed with a family in Tower Hamlets who can't even speak the same language as her. Reverse the roles for 1 second. You've got a 5-year-old Muslim girl, she's placed with a Christian family and they're making her eat bacon. Then they take away her prayer mat and they take off her hijab. And when she goes and sees her mother, she starts contradicting and having a go at her own religious beliefs. Tower Hamlets Council has not said why this decision was made yet, though a spokesman for the authority had the cheek to say that they give absolute consideration to our children's background and their cultural identity. Clearly you didn't. And when we're talking about considering cultural sensitivities, how come this policy isn't implemented fairly across the board on everyone? Cultural sensitivities aren't important for a little white Christian girl. But when European children were placed with foster parents who happened to be UKIP members, Rotherham Council quickly snatched those kids back. Do you remember that story? When Rotherham Borough Council found out that 2 parents were members of UKIP, the kids were taken away because the children were not, in their words, with Indigenous white British.
And they were giving those children love and stability and all the things they need so that they can go on and proceed in life. And they have been discriminated against by a Labour-run council on the basis that they support a party that says we shouldn't be part of the European Union and we should control our borders. And that is the most appalling prejudice. The
couple told the Daily Telegraph that social workers had accused them of being part of a racist party. But Joyce Thacker of Rotherham Council admitted that the couple were providing great care for these children.
In different circumstances, are perfectly good foster carers, but I had to take the decision in conjunction with legal advice as to the longer term future for the children.
So what was their motivation? It's political, it's clearly political.
People can move any political party, but I have to weigh up the appropriateness of placing children in certain settings.
When it comes to white English kids, cultural sensitivity means nothing. Islam is a religion of peace and their practices are compatible with Western values. Therefore, British children should be comfortable living in Sharia households. It makes sense, doesn't it? In the wake of the story of the 5-year-old girl, it has also been revealed by the Telegraph that an extremist Muslim preacher has been helping in the recruitment of foster parents, a drive for foster jihad. Say it out loud. Radical Islamic preachers are helping Muslims foster our children. Think about that. Imam Shakil Beg hosted a workshop to encourage more Muslim foster carers. Just a matter of months after the High Court ruled he was an extremist Islamic speaker who had previously encouraged and promoted religious violence. His mosque was attended by the 2 men who slaughtered and murdered Lee Rigby. He's hardly an upstanding example of a moderate Muslim, is he? I don't believe that he's encouraging new foster parents purely out of the goodness of his black, shriveled up heart, do you? Tower Hamlets Council have said that they have a shortage of non-Muslim carers where they can place Christian children. Let's put 2 and 2 together here. There are Christian children without families, and there are Muslims connected to extremist preacher Shakil Beg becoming foster parents. This is a recruitment drive. Our local authorities are complicit in the conversion and abuse of our children. Placing Christian kids into homes with families who don't speak English, who teach them that their holy days like Christmas are stupid, is child abuse, period. I can see this becoming one of the next hot issues, so let's all keep an eye on it. You'll see it coming up more and more again. In Islam, it's convert or die. So if there's non-Muslim children of any race who are left without places to live, we can probably expect them to be placed in Muslim homes and be converted, of course. We can stop this by holding the authorities to account on this. And also, everyone can stop this by considering whether we can adopt or foster children ourselves. Thank you for watching. If you like that and you want to see more, click like and subscribe.